All right, quick hitter NBA 2K rating recap. Only 4 games for February 10th, 2026. We have 14 games that are going to be played on Wednesday. So, yeah, it's going to be a huge recap tomorrow. A little bit of light on the content in this one, but just reviewing what happened. We've got the Indiana Pacers going over the New York Knicks, 130-7 to 134 in overtime. Close game with 39 lead changes, very back and forth. The Pacers end their 4-game losing streak. Pascal Siakam leading the way with 30 points. Andrew Nembhard with 24 points, 10 assists. Micah Potter got the start over Jay Huff, had 10 points in 29 minutes. And then Quentin Jackson, I didn't cover this in the last update, but Quentin Jackson starting at the 2, 19 points in this one. Starting for Johnny Furphy, who is going to be out for the year with a torn ACL. Not just out for the year, but out for a calendar year, as this typically takes 10, 12 months to recover from. Just an absolutely devastating blow for the Pacers and Furphy. Furphy had been starting at the 3 for pretty much the entire last 4 to 6 weeks. So Aaron Nesmith bumping back up to the 3, which is kind of his natural position. So I might shift the positions around a little bit just to make things make sense for the Pacers over the rest of the year. Obi Toppin is set to return soon, probably after the All-Star break, which would shore up the front court rotation some. I imagine that Jarris Walker is going to have to play a lot more minutes at the 3 as well, which should be possible if Obi is back out there. Kobe Brown also played like 8 or 9 minutes in this game as well, so he might get some run down the stretch as the Pacers are looking to lose games, although they do want to take their moral victories where they can, dispatching their conference rivals in the Knicks. Knicks, on the other hand, they dropped to 34-20, dropped down to 3rd in the East. Jalen Brunson had 40 points and 8 assists. Karl-Anthony Towns, 22 and 14. Bridges with 22. Josh Hart triple-doubled, 15, 11, and 11. He's been pretty up and down against Indiana over the last year or 2 years. Landry Shamet continues to start in the absence of OG Anunoby, had 17 points in this one. No Mitch Robinson either, so he was definitely missed on the glass against the Pacers. Going over to the Houston Rockets, they got a big win against the LA Clippers to kind of end their struggles that they've been having. 102-95, KD leading the way with 26, Şengün with 22, Jabari Smith double-doubling with 13 and 10, Amen Thompson and Reed Shepard both chipping in 16 as well. Going over to the Clippers, they dropped to 25 and 27. It was the debut for Benedict Mathurin and Isaiah Jackson coming over from the Pacers. Mathurin came off the bench in this one behind Kawhi Leonard, so it looks like he's projecting to be the backup small forward throughout the rest of the year. 9 points, 7 rebounds, 25 minutes. Isaiah Jackson, he played only garbage time in this one, 5 points in 5 minutes. So I would pencil Yannick Konan-Hauser ahead of him in the rotation for the meantime. Kawhi, he led the way with 24. John Collins had 17, but they were the only players in the double figures for the Clippers. Derrick Jones Jr. continues to start at shooting guard, so I did shuffle the positions around a little bit. It might be more accurate to consider Kawhi the starting 2 given the offense that they have, so I will be checking this out over the rest of the year. But yeah, I did shift Kobe Sanders back down to the 1 as he's been backing up Chris Dunn. Of course, once Darius Garland is ready to play, I'll probably end up shuffling him back up to one of the wing positions. Bogdanovich is not really in the rotation, so he could definitely slot back in as the backup shooting guard. And I just want to touch on Delano Banton has played 2 games for the Clippers so far, mostly in garbage time, but I've had him traditionally at either point guard or small forward. He's been the backup 4 or like playing garbage time minutes at the 4, as obviously the Clippers are a little bit size starved, so that's just kind of where things have aligned. They have Kobe Sanders and Jordan Miller typically occupying spots on the wing. So Banton, I've got him at the 4 right now. He is on a 10-day contract, so I didn't do his ratings. I typically am going to ignore 10-day contract players unless they make the full team. It just doesn't make sense for me to spend 15 minutes editing the ratings for a player who may not be there in a week. But otherwise, I have the rest of the ratings on the Clippers done. So maybe I will go over them during the All-Star break a little more in depth. Going over to Phoenix, they moved to 32 and 22 with a nice 120 to 111 win over the Dallas Mavericks. Dylan Brooks leading the way with 23, Devin Booker with 19, Jalen Green 12 points, but only 5 of 14 from the field in 20 minutes off the bench. I'm definitely going to drop his rating over the coming days from where I've got it at right now. Dallas, they dropped to 19 and 34. They're on an 8-game losing streak. Cooper Flag leading the way with 27. Tyus Jones got the start at point guard versus former team, but it was kind of a disaster. 2 points, 3 assists, played 15 minutes, was a minus 17 in the first half, so he did not start the third quarter. He did check back in. They didn't just bench him for the rest of the game, but they did not run him in the starting unit for that second half. Instead, going with Najee Marshall, who's traditionally been the starter over the last month or so, and he had a huge game, 31 points, 36 minutes off the bench for him. So I would expect that the Tyus Jones experiment is just not going to continue moving forward. Chris Middleton made his debut with the Mavericks, had 13 points in 22 minutes off the bench. So pretty nice front court that they've got right now between Flag, Marshall, Washington, Middleton. Even Caleb Martin's been giving them positive minutes right now. And then Marvin Bagley, the third, he had 9 points, 8 rebounds, 4-4 from the field, very efficient, 24 minutes. He's going to be staggered with Daniel Gafford as Derek Lively II, obviously out for the rest of the season. So, yeah, I like what we've got from the Dallas front court. It's just whether or not they can whatever they've been able to do at point guard just hasn't really worked at all for them this year. We'll see if Kyrie Irving is able to return towards the back end of the year, given that the Mavericks are not playing for a play-in spot, and he's honestly should just focus on his health, recovering from a torn ACL. But if he wants to get out there, then got to respect his wishes. So be it. It is decent for him to get some game action rather than just practice time, etc. Better to get that done probably during this season rather than have to worry about it during the offseason. It's a little bit of a different mentality for both player and media. San Antonio, they got a laugher win over the LA Lakers, moved to 36 and 16 on the year, beat the Lakers 136 to 108. Spurs are on a 5-game winning streak. Wemby, absolutely dominant right out from the gate. 40 points, 12 rebounds. Played only 26 minutes in this one. 13 of 20 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3, 10 of 12 from the line. He scored 17 points in the first 4 minutes, 25 points in 8 minutes before checking out in the first quarter. Castle, only 12 minutes in this one. He ended up bruising his pelvis while blocking a Rui shot. So Harrison Barnes started the third quarter. Obviously, they want to be careful with him. De'Aaron Fox, he only played 17 minutes. No injury, just a quick hook in the laugher. Obviously, they're going to need him if Castle has to miss a game or two. So Dylan Harper, he got some extended run, 27 minutes. He had 15 points. Carter Bryant also getting some extended run, 27 minutes as well, played and had 16 points. So, really great stuff out of the Spurs. Mitch Johnson is going to be the coach representing the Western Conference. LA Lakers, they basically sat their entire team. It was a pretty brutal back-to-back for them. They played OKC in the last one and then San Antonio in this one, so the top 2 teams in the Western Conference. Not exactly how the league office may have drawn it up, but the Lakers sat their entire starting lineup, except for Rui. Actually, no, Rui is technically their 6th man right now, so I guess Jake LaRavia played in this game, but Smart and Ayton, they've both been nursing injuries. And I believe Reeves missed this game as well, so he's technically a starter, but at least he plays starter minutes. Luka, he missed the 3rd straight with a hamstring injury, but kind of the big fallout from this is that LeBron missed his 18th game. He will not qualify for All-NBA. Not that he was super realistically going to be All-NBA this year, but it does officially end his streak of All-NBA teams at 21 consecutive years. The Lakers started in this game. Kobe Buffkin at the 1, Luke Kennard at the 2, Jake LaRavia at the 3, Rui at the 4, and Jackson Hayes at the 5. So just not at all a competitive line up against the Spurs. Kobe had 7 points on 2 for 10 from the field for the Lakers, 24 minutes for him. Luke Kennard and Drew Tim, or Tim A, however it's pronounced, team high 14 points for both of them. And then Bronny James, that's how much of a laugher this game was. 12 points, 6 assists, played 25 minutes, 5 of 10 from the field, 2 for 2 from 3. Maybe the best game of his career. So I got to run and get a rating edit in for him ASAP, right? So yeah, given that Bronny was the breakout player for Tuesday, that kind of tells you all you need to know about the NBA that day. Should be a lot that goes on the 14 games we've got slated for Wednesday. And then we have only 3 games slated for Thursday, so it's going to be another short video that day. And then during the All-Star break, I most likely will be making some team-focused content. Let me know if there's any teams that you want me to focus on, and I can knock out their ratings during the week, I suppose. And yeah, if you have been enjoying the content this year, hit the subscribe button, like button, all the buttons. I will see you guys later tomorrow. Peace.